The pandemic was a fever dream. It was a really weird time. The main thing that I remember, and this is kind of odd, was TikTok.
Ice cream so good.
And there's just like a strange blur of songs and videos that I remember just seeing on TikTok. And when I see these things now, I'm like, why are we doing this? This was entertaining to us? Well, one of those videos was this guy named Ali, who used to make Skyrim videos.
Hey, you. Finally awake.
His videos were that he was a Skyrim NPC. I will say, his videos are incredibly lame.
I cannot teach you that shout because I do not know it myself. Bruh.
We were just, I guess, entertained by anything in 2020. But the thing about it is, he got a lot of followers during this time. Not for his personality, not for his script writing, not for his amazing acting or gaming or whatever ways people get famous these days. No. And what did he do with it? He could have tried to make more videos. He could have tried to capitalize off his popularity. I don't know, contribute something to the world. But instead, he got upset and got overly possessive of his ex-girlfriend, and he went to her house and he murdered her and murdered the guy that she was hanging out with. I haven't seen a lot pertaining to some of these statements in this case. So what I have for you today is a video from about 2 years ago that somebody sent to me where he tries to justify his actions, I guess, or maybe get a little sympathy for himself. Somebody told me to watch this video first so that I can understand this person a bit better. And then we're going to fast forward to what just happened the past month at his actual sentencing, where he finds out what his fate is. So this is a video from 2 years ago, but we're gonna get current in just a minute.
Now to a story you'll see first on Fox 5, a jailhouse interview with a rising TikTok star accused of double murder. Now we want to warn you, the emotionally charged interview may be inappropriate for younger viewers. Now you'll recall in October, a man and woman were shot to death in an East Village high-rise. The suspect is the woman's estranged husband. Now, he sat down with our Kelsey Christensen while he waits for court proceedings behind bars.
Ali Abulaban, husband, father, TikTok star, and also accused of double murder.
Did you kill her?
Oh my God, dude. I don't know what I'm about to see in this video. I don't know what we're about to see.
Accused of double murder.
No, he's crying.
Did you kill her?
Don't ask me that. Don't ask me that.
He's referring to the deaths of his estranged wife Anna Abulaban and her friend Rayburn Barron. They were shot dead October 21st in an East Village high-rise. Prosecutors say just days prior, Anna kicked Ali out of their home. So he installed a listening device on their daughter's iPad and used it to spy on his wife.
Wow. It's, I mean, textbook abusive X stuff. I'm entitled to know what's going on. I'm entitled to know what you're doing. I want all these details to make myself crazy. Move on.
I was listening on the house with the iPad through my phone.
So when you heard Rayburn's voice, you went
I
to...
didn't recognize him. I didn't know who it was.
But what were you thinking?
I was freaking out. Oh my God, I caught her. Oh my God. There's a man. And then guess what?
Oh, you idiot. He's, oh my God, there's my daughter. But there's a man. You put that listening device on because you wanted to know if she had moved on, if she was with another guy. And if you'd gotten kicked out of the house by this point, she is fully, she can date whoever the she wants. He did not think that a man was kidnapping his daughter.
Nightmare. R&B music.
As you're driving to the apartment. What happens when you get to the apartment?
I go up and I see them.
What did you think? What did you think?
They were nothing. I didn't see that. I don't know. It was a blur. And I felt like I was on the passenger seat of my own body. When I opened the door and saw who it was,
It's giving Darrell Brooks level of emotion. I'm definitely gonna go on to on this dude. But I do have to say, if you see yourself in the way that he's acting at all, whether it be being this jealous about your partner, ex-partner, possibly seeing somebody else, or if you have this frazzled intensity when you have to look at your own bad behavior and you do know when that's happening, it's okay to talk to somebody. It's okay to talk to somebody and try to get a little support, because to me, this means that something happened to somebody and they don't understand their emotions. They don't know how to control their emotions. They don't understand. And there's just this intense, like, fiery reaction. And it's okay to, like, take a look back at this and be like, oh, wait, like, this isn't normal. I don't want to act like this. I want to be like this. So yeah, I'm going to shit on this guy in a minute because you killed 2 people because you couldn't control yourself. But if anything, if you see yourself in this at all, or maybe somebody you know or something, there's a disconnect, and you just need somebody to put that piece back in place for you before you blow a fuse. And it's possible to do that. It's possible. Okay. So anyways, I just want to put that little PSA out there for anybody. My wife, to him, his wife, she's a possession to him. This is some kind of thinking that is not only going to hurt you, but it's going to hurt other people too.
Prosecutors say Ali confessed to both police and his mother that he killed his wife and Rayburn and accused his wife of cheating. Though at this time, prosecutors say Rayburn was just a friend.
I never admitted anything. Police say they have evidence against me. I don't know what this is.
So the prosecution says that you admitted to your mother that you did this, and then you pled not guilty. Can you explain that?
Oh. Girl, the pause.
I can't.
Shortly after the shooting, Ali was arrested driving on the 15. Police say he had a gun and his 5-year-old daughter in the car.
She was with me when I got arrested.
Mm-hmm. Did you have a gun in the car?
I picked her up from school so that I could drop her off at a safe location at my dad's wife's brother, who lived an hour away. But police surrounded me on the highway.
Why did you pick her up?
I picked her up.
From school? Why did you pick her up from school?
Why wouldn't I?
I wanted to get a baseline for how he acts, but I really don't want to hear his pity party from 2 years ago when he thought he was gonna get out. Wait, what is this? Former TikTok star appears agitated during cross.
Today,
Oh, and this video is only 2 minutes, 3 minutes. We gotta watch this.
former TikTok star Ali Abulaban took the stand in his own defense for a 3rd day in a row.
He is admitted to shooting and killing his wife Anna and a man she was seeing, Rayburn Barone, inside the Spire Apartments in October of 2021. And today, the cross-examination got heated. Our Zara Barker starts us off live from downtown. Zara.
Andrew, Maria, in just the last 45 minutes, Ali Abulaban is now done testifying in this double murder trial.
Lord.
As you said, this was the
After seeing that video and how unstable he was, if you were his attorney, wouldn't you tell him not to testify? Ali, hang it up. They don't need to hear nothing from you.
day in a row that he has been on the witness stand, first being questioned during direct examination from his attorney and then being cross-examined from the prosecution. Today, he has been the most agitated on that stand.
Oh, get the out of here. I'm not going to tolerate this.
Day 12 of former TikTok star Aaliyah Boulabon's double murder trial.
He has in my opinion, he has a problem with feeling disrespected. Like what he just said was, I'm not going to tolerate this. You do have to tolerate it because you're on the stand right now for a crime you committed. Or when he said, she had this guy over sitting on the furniture that I built in my house. Those things to me are correlated to like somebody feeling disrespected.
I'm not going to tolerate this.
Day 12 of former TikTok star Aaliyah Boulabon's double murder trial.
I'm not here to twist anything. I have nothing to hide.
He spent more than 15 hours being questioned on the witness stand.
You were looking up trash cans because you wanted to hide some bodies, correct?
I'm sorry. You're out of your mind.
During Thursday's cross-examination.
Yo, hearing that laugh in a courtroom is really uncomfortable. That is so uncomfortable.
It seems Deputy District Attorney Taryn Brast is getting under his skin.
You were also researching teen porn videos, correct?
What? What did you just say?
That's what you were researching, correct?
Say it again?
Teen porn.
Oh my God! That's exactly what he was like in a relationship. Can't take any accountability for what he did.
That's what you were researching, correct?
Say it again?
Teen porn videos.
You're out your mind.
Okay. On October 19th, you were researching Sean Torres, correct?
Show me the teen you just said. You want to pay me some kind of child molester? Show me. Show me.
I mean, you're already a double murderer. We don't like you. What are you going to save it with this one?
What you just said, I've never seen that in the Discovery. I've been incarcerated 3 years. You never showed that to my team. Where did you get that?
It's in your phone.
Show it.
You researched Sean Torres on October 19th.
Show me what you just said. We're not going to breeze over that. You're not going to paint me as something I'm not.
Brast questioning Ali about his emotional response the day before when he recalled the shooting.
Not a single tear fell from your eyes, isn't that right?
I wiped a tear off this table.
The defense now planning to review the evidence and talks of a
This is insane. Do I need to watch the whole cross-exam?
Trial after this question from Brast.
You told inmate Brian Edwards that you killed your and the man she was with, correct?
Who is Brian Edwards?
You said that to Brian Edwards, correct?
I'm going to have to... Can we talk? Because I don't know what this is about. We're talking about inmates now? Like an informant? What's going on? We've never had this conversation.
Mr. Boulabon, answer my question.
We might have to do that whole case. Also, guys, I haven't done any court cases in a while. We've actually had 2 prepped for a while. I don't know. I go through different phases where I'm like more into like certain things. We'll come back to court soon. And that might be what we do next. His whole cross-examination's up here. It's an hour and 20 minutes. So we got to watch the opening statements and that cross-exam. So in this video, the family members give their victim impact statements. Over the years, I've done a few videos where there's impact statements. I don't really personally like to put them in my videos anymore because just as time's gone on and I've heard so many different ones. On one hand, like we went through a lot of witness statements in the Larry Nassar case because that was a very public case and those ladies had something to say and it needs to be out there. However, in a lot of murder cases, I personally feel like people and family members are sometimes really putting their heart on the line for the judge to keep this person in jail or to get a harsher sentence. And sometimes that is the purpose and intention of their testimony. So in this video, there is a very long emotional witness statement like from the family, and it gets very heated. So if you guys want to watch that, I'll put the link up here. TikTok star killer gets roasted by slain wife's family. But I just personally, I feel like she wrote this for its intended purpose. So I'm going to skip over that. What I do want to look at is after these incredibly emotional witness statements, Ali gets a chance to speak for himself. And we just watched 2 years ago when he did the Fox News interview and he was just freaking out. We just saw him in the actual courtroom. And now this is after he's gotten a guilty verdict, which he pleaded not guilty to. He's about to get his sentencing. This is his last plead before they sentence him. And also right after the victim impact statements. So you're basically getting a timeline of his behavior from the beginning, the middle, and end. Let's see what he has to say. I just don't know how much I can listen to this man.
Also asked the court to strike the punishment on the 12022.53D I don't think that there is any justification for imposing an additional 25 to life on each count, given that Mr. Abulaban, based on what is the anticipated sentence, will spend the rest of his life in prison without the possibility of parole. And we are asking the court to make this tough decision, but the just decision and the right decision in sentencing Mr. Abulaban. Thank you.
The judge then gave Ali Abulaban the chance to give his own statement, as he claimed to be sorry for what he did and apologized to Anna and Rayburn's families.
If you want to make a statement, this is the time.
Oh my God.
Your Honor, I have something written.
Okay.
May I face?
Sure.
When somebody says that they have a statement or a speech written, you would think that this is something that they've really combed over and really refined and really, you know, the reason it's pre-written is so that they can think about everything they're saying. Why do I get the feeling that Ali just typed out 8 pages, never reread it, and was like, yeah, that sounds good, and I'm going to read off of the paper now? That's what I feel like happened.
Good morning, everyone.
Hello.
In a situation like this, there really isn't much a person can say that can help make things better. Losing a loved one to senseless and unnecessary violence isn't something that anyone should have to go through. And yet, it has happened. And here I am being the reason why multiple families have had to experience it. I can't say that I'm proud of that. Throughout this trial, many horrific things were displayed. And as we sat here for weeks having to endure some of the...
Can you guys imagine? You just heard how he's just doing textbook abusive, possessive husband stuff. Can you imagine what was in those text messages presented to the court? Can you imagine what was in those Instagram messages? Can you imagine what's on those phone calls? All the proof that they have of him being, honestly, a possessive husband or insecure little bitch. It's one or the other. We don't go to explosive, murderous extremes like this if our entire ego isn't being threatened. He's insecure, okay? I just want to make that very clear for anyone that does get jealous or possessive or wants to be close with their partner. No. These are two different things. You cannot walk in the shoes of this man. This man is crazy.
Most things were displayed. And as we sat here for weeks having to endure some of the most disturbing audio recordings and video footage, I sat there in silence, listening, watching, and being reminded of the worst moments of my life.
The things you said.
Having to hear myself say some of the most vile, shocking, and hateful things to the woman I love was not easy.
Wow.
In fact, I couldn't help but at times close my eyes and cover my ears. Because that's not who I am.
That is who you are.
My behavior was disgusting and completely unacceptable. So when the time came for me to take the stand,
I just want to be clear. Somebody can understand that what they did was wrong. Somebody can look at their past behavior and say, I don't want to be like that anymore. But if you don't undo the threads of what created it, whether it be cultural beliefs about things, whether it be how you feel about yourself, and if you need a partner to elevate you, or any just general mental health thing, your bad behavior and looking at it isn't going to change you forever. You have to put in work. You have to put in effort. You have to understand yourself. You have to understand the origins, and you have to change that. And then you have to make a choice to never do it again. Nobody's ever just going to look at it and say, whoa, that's not me. I'm a new man now. He hasn't put in any work.
I tried as best as I could to help make some sense of all this. To explain that everything you all saw in the last few months leading up to this incident was a horrific result of the tragic downfall to a once beautiful relationship.
You were like
even
this
so,
in the beginning.
In those 3 days that I took the stand, I was able to share and say a lot of things, except the one thing I wanted to say the most. I am so incredibly sorry to each and every one of you who have been affected by this. I cannot imagine the pain that I've caused your family. I saw the look on all your faces and the tears in your eyes. And I hate that I'm the reason for it.
He then blamed his drug addiction for his state of mind, leading up to Anna and Rayburn's gruesome murders.
No. On that day of October 21st, 2021, I was in the worst physical and mental state of my life. I was sick, suffering from an untreated severe mental illness that was combined with a crippling drug addiction, which put me in a state of a drug-induced psychosis.
actually believed and took in every word until we got to the psychosis. The drug-induced psychosis, no, honey, those were your unresolved feelings about yourself and relationships and the people around you. But I do believe that he was severely mentally ill, undiagnosed, and had a drug problem. But she still did what she did.
Crippling drug addiction, which put me in a state of a drug-induced psychosis. My response in that moment was an unintended, impulsive reaction against my better judgment to the discovery of Ray's romantic involvement with my wife. And for that, I'm sorry.
Even in death, that is the amount of possessiveness he had. She has died, and he still says wife with that type of inflection. I want to remind you guys that in this case, Ali drove to the house that night with a gun, was banging on the door, busted in, and just started shooting. There was an intent to kill when he opened the door. There was no conversation. There was no come outside and talk to me. There was no nothing. He walked in and started shooting these people. And this is the way he's talking about it now.
I'm sorry that in that moment I was not mentally strong enough to control myself. I'm sorry that my horrendous action that day resulted in the undeserved deaths of Rayburn Barone and Anna Marie Abulaban.
It's too late now.
My partner, my best friend, the mother of my daughter, and the love of my life. I am ashamed of what took place. I am devastated by the damage that I've caused to Anna's family, to Ray's family, and to my family. If I could undo all of this, I wouldn't hesitate. If I could go back to that day, I would have left for LA first thing in the morning as I had originally planned. I would have given Anna the space she wanted, and I would have used that time to focus on getting the proper help.
No, you wouldn't. And you know why I know this is all horseshit? Because he still hasn't let go of that possessiveness for her. He killed her. He ended her life early. He took her away from her family and her child. He murdered her, and he's still saying, my wife. Bro, she fucking left you. That right there makes me feel like he hasn't changed at all. And remember, this statement is coming right before his sentencing. He just doesn't want a bad sentencing.
And I would get on my knees and beg Anna for forgiveness. Forgiveness for becoming distracted, for letting my anxiety and my insecurities affect my thoughts and my behavior towards Anna and towards her friends. Forgiveness for using cocaine as a remedy and becoming addicted because of it. For neglecting my responsibilities to you, Anna, as your husband, and my responsibilities as a father.
You know what? My other thing, okay, he just said he was on cocaine. Most people that have used any type of like cocaine or like amphetamine or like or meth or something, or I don't even know if meth applies here. I'm just firing stuff off. I've seen this happen so many times. When people come down off of these substances, they can be a nightmare. They can be very agitated. They can be very bitchy. They can be explosive. They can be rude. They can be horrible. He knew that he had a problem with cocaine, and he knew that when he was high on it or coming down off of it, he was a monster because people told him. Like, he fucking knew that and didn't do anything about it. In fact, I bet you he probably took it in as more of an identity, because I just saw like how he turns it back on people when he was on the stand. He's like, say that again. Do it again. You try to call this guy out on his cocaine usage, say that he's a monster, that he's hurting you, that you're not normally like this. He's going to say it again. Do it again. Just textbook abuser shit. I cannot watch that much more of this. I'm unsure if we'll do the court case. I'm curious, but I really hate him. I really.
And for allowing the drugs to turn me into a pathetic empty shell of the man that she fell in love with. Because of those factors, I lost myself. And because of those factors, I lost Anna.
Taken 422 says he has barely mentioned his child. I think that's because that's where he feels some of the most unresolved guilt. He can no longer be there for his daughter, and he took her mother away. He ruined his daughter's life. He ruined her whole life. Her mother has passed, and her dad's a double murderer now. I think he feels really guilty about that. That's why he doesn't talk about his daughter. He doesn't want to think about it.
And because of those factors, I lost Anna. I am so deeply sorry to each and every one of you who have suffered for the last 3 years. To the Cardenas Barone family, to Ray's mother and father, I am so sorry for what I've done to your son. To Jordana and his siblings, I am so sorry for what I've done to your brother. I really wish I could have gotten to know Ray the way that you all do, the way his friends did.
The guy?
And now, after seeing just how consistently you all showed up to this trial in support of him, I have no doubt in my mind that Ray was a good person. The world has truly suffered a great loss, and for that, I'm terribly sorry. I wish this never happened. To Anna Marie's family, whom I still love and consider to be my family, there's so much I want to say. To Anna's mother, Amalia, and to Ron, you trusted me to protect your daughter, and I failed you.
That also breaks my heart because they were married, so he probably knew her family or was close to them. And he's right, yeah, they trusted him.
I wish there was something more I could offer besides an apology. I wish there was a way for me to fix this.
You can't.
I'm so truly sorry for what I've done to Anna, her parents, her siblings, aunts, and her uncles. I feel terrible. Anna was the most beautiful woman I've ever met, and I wanted to spend the rest of my life with her. To love and cherish her, never to hurt her. To build her up, not to break her down.
Thank you, Ali. That's enough. I don't know if he realizes this, or if anyone realizes this. When you kill somebody, when you murder somebody, it's permanent and they're not coming back. So you don't get off scot-free. That is an action that you will never, ever be able to excuse. Ever. Ever. Especially when it was a choice, especially when there were signs leading up to it, and especially when I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to know that you shouldn't burst in the house and murder 2 people. The fact that he even sat here and was like, I don't even know if there's anything that I can say. You can't say anything. You can't. You have to sit in what you did. It actually also bothers me so much that he's like, is there anything I can say? And killers say that all the time. No, there's nothing you can say. You did what you did. You did it.